so that you can succeed in real estate. All about making decisions. So life, it's not hard. It's just there's consequences if it's wrong. Hey, so next up, man, we got my man, the Asian persuasion, all the way from the Philippines. My man, Wendell the Goose, man. What's up with it?
Hello, guys. How are you? And yeah, please flash the sponsor. And it's actually a $400 discount.
A $400 discount?
Yep. So if they go to BRRRR360.com, you know, without the /Mike, the regular ticket price is $997. But if they go to BRRRR360.com/Mike, they type in the discount code, it's only $597.
And we're only doing that for our listeners.
We're
only doing that for my listeners. So
yep, there are only 20 tickets.
We only got 20 tickets, and we're doing that just simply for our people.
Actually 19, because one of our mastermind members got.
Oh, you just bought that one just a minute ago. We just told people you're the first. You're the first to hear about it. Win, what we got today, brother?
All right. Well, we will talk about BRRRR.
Oh, that's right. We're going to talk about.
We will talk about how you turned a $470,000 acquisition to $4.7 million.
Man, I don't be knowing how I do this stuff sometimes.
Yep. So, and then of course you can ask any questions that you guys have, and you know, at the very end of the show, Mike will, you know, show you the mindset of a multi-deca millionaire in real estate, so that you can adopt the same mindset. And again, for those of you listening for the first time, that for me is the most important part of the show. So stay until the very end. And we will also give one of you, lucky winner, who stay until the very end, a signed copy of Mike's book, From Broke to Millions.
That's what's up, man. Give him a round of applause for that, man. Hey, I just want to know one thing. What is this on? You put this, you pinned this. What is that?
Yeah, that's the
why don't you put zoom.us? How are people gonna know?
That's the Zoom code.
I know. Ain't nobody gonna know what that is. He just putting pin numbers on here. This pin. Can you put
US.
.us? Okay, now they know. What can you pin 2 of them now?
I don't know.
All right. Well, since you that. Oh, we got Skip from Cal. Hey, you know what? All right. Is everything fixed now? Can people respond?
Yeah.
All right, so you know now's the time, man. We checking in. It's check-in time,
and we're live on Facebook.
And we're live on Facebook. What about YouTube?
No, we ain't live on Facebook.
All right, man. All right, man. Let's go. Let's give them the air horns, man.
Oh,
hey, tell us where you're from. Where you checking in?
Also,
at, man.
the replay of this will be on our YouTube page.
Oh, it will be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube.
There it is. There you are.
If you're watching this on YouTube and you get at least one know-how or, you know, nugget of wisdom, please like this video. If you get 2, subscribe. And if you get 3, then definitely click that ring that button or whatever, you know.
Man, I didn't hear the bell, man.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell?
Do it again. I didn't hear the bell. We got
Renovate.
Texas checking in. We got Philadelphia, New Orleans on Instagram.
Alex from Montenegro.
Man, oh, Montenegro. All right. We got Nick from Cincinnati. Alex, Leah from Georgia. Gold Dog, Georgia Bulldogs in the building. Are they going to do it? Are they going to do it this year? Are you going to be at any of the games, Leah? That's what I want to know. Jose from the DMV, Maryland. All right. So we got all our crew. So, man, let's get started. How I turned 470 to 4.7. And listen, I wish I can tell you I did it on purpose. I know I was going to, sometimes your deals, Nate pushed for that. I'm so conservative.
There's purpose in everything, right?
Yeah, we balance this out. But I always look at our worst case scenario. Listen, one of the things that we're going to talk about that, understanding your worst case scenario, because if you know your worst case scenario, you can move on from there.
Yeah.
That's how people succeed. That's not just in deals, but life.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about, man, I'm going to show you this real game, baby.
Yeah. I mean, some people, you know, like they have this analysis paralysis and they cannot move because it's like, oh man, I should do this deal. The profit is good, but I don't know. I'm still scared. Right.
Yeah.
But if you know your worst case, and as Mike would say, if in your worst case, you will not get hurt or your investors won't get hurt,
Mhm.
then do it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think fear is one big thing, and then, but for me, I I have to remember I hit a very, very, very low point.
Mm,
I lost everything. I was couch surfing,
mhm.
right? I was sick. I mean, everything all happened, and I was like, you know what? It's not so bad down here. It's very uncomfortable and
Right.
very limited in choices.
Mhm.
But being broke is not so bad. I don't want to stay there,
Right.
but it's not bad. I mean, as long as you got your health and you got one person that likes you.
Mhm.
And look, as I always like to say, you may be lonely, but you're never alone. All right. Let's get them. Let's show them how to get this money, man. Meh, 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 meh. All right, true story. Let's go, Walt. So, in case you didn't know,
It's a
where
picture. Sorry,
is
the-
my
the full
picture, man?
picture
But
is
this
a
is
picture.
clear. This is a nice, clear picture, but
Okay.
I don't want that picture anymore. I don't
I
want
forgot
it.
to edit that. Sorry.
All right.
Hey, that's little blind Michael Ealy
Yeah.
singing the blues. And plus, I took that picture.
Yes, you did. You did a really good job.
Yeah, that time.
I've been investing since 1999. Lost it all in 2002. Recovered now 1,500 apartments, 40 houses, 4 hotels, developing a condo. We went from broke to millions, and now we're on track. You know, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. We're going to millions to billions. Bam. Hit him. Hit him one time. There you go. I thought it was in the drum session. All right, so next, let's go. So the outline today is we're going to talk about BRRRR buy, how we how did we find the deal? Why did we decide to buy it in this deal analysis, and how did we finance it, then renovate, rent, and refinance, as some like to say, repeat after that. Okay, so let's talk about this BRRRR and how we did it. Let's go with Walt. I'm getting everybody. I'm like my kids. So how we found the deal, man? We negotiated. And literally, it was a win-win. One of our wholesalers, he brought this over to us. And quite frankly, I knew about this deal and I passed on it 4 different times. Do you understand? I passed on this deal 4 different times.
That shows you're patient for a good deal. You don't just jump on every deal.
And some of you might, well, why did you pass on it the first time? Because it was in the hood and I didn't see any growth. And I didn't want any more D or F properties. But what happened was, as I did have a C property, we just finished renovating. When we first bought it, we thought, you know, the rents were going to be 400 or 500. When we were, no, there was 350 to 550. When we were done, we were getting 600 for the 2s and 500 for the 1s, and that was making us money, and it created a value of 1.6 million. So immediately I was like, man, we can go, because if we can get that there, we can get this kind of rent anywhere. So then we did Hassler and Spruce, which is another apartment in Elmwood, another C area of Cincinnati. It's not really actually in the city limits, but it's in our district or whatever, MSA. And we ended up in 1 year, we were projecting rents to be 500, 600, like just like we did over there. Well, the 1 bedrooms went from 500 to 730. And the 2 bedrooms went from 600 to 900. And now to this day, we're getting 1,000 for the 2s and almost 800 plus for the 1s.
Nice.
So immediately when this deal popped up again, I did the numbers. I was like, as long as we can get $800, this thing is worth 2.3, 2.4 million. And we could do the whole thing for 1.7. So that's why I did the deal. All right. So then what we did, once we passed on it 4 times, they finally came back. We offered 500,000. Yeah, they wanted to pay for 500,000, and he just wanted a 5,000 wholesaler fee. I said, I'll tell you what, I just need to get this price down and seal the deal. And I was like, just get it down to 450 and I'll give you an extra $20,000. So realistically, we took a $30,000 discount.
Mhm.
All right. That's what we wanted. Because we were able to do different things. And so he collected a wholesale fee and we did as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So some people will be like, what? You're paying someone 20,000
Yeah,
just to
why?
pass you the deal? You know.
Listen.
on, man.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, wait a minute. He only wanted 5,000 and then you paid him 20,000? Okay. Did I just tell you? Now, I didn't even know we were going to get there, but didn't I just tell you we took this deal from 475
470.
470 to
Mhm.
$4.7 million. So if somebody was willing to give you, now forget all the work, let's just say you had a $2 million item, right? Somebody said, look, give me 2 million. Now, well, don't go for this, first of all, but go for the principle of the story. Because if somebody says, if you give me 2 million, I'll give you 4.7 million, that's not going to work. Okay. But if somebody gave you a deal and said, hey, man, I'm going to give you this deal, give me 2 million for it, but you can turn around and sell it for 4.7 million. I just want 20 grand. And everything checks out. Would you not pay this guy 20,000?
Yeah.
Like, would you not tip? See, you got to get out of this mentality of limitations, right?
Mhm.
Guess what's happening? Because I paid this guy 20 grand, I paid him 15,000 more than he asked. You know, he's brought me other multi-million-dollar deals.
There you go.
Yes.
Mhm.
Look, when you give, it keeps on giving. I ain't gave you too much. I ain't gave you too much information right there. All right. So that's one. Let's go to the next one. We saw the area was changing. Like, look, man. So we are in the area of what we call Peel Hill, which is uptown. The uptown area of Cincinnati is the second largest employment base. And like Cincinnati's Children's, Jewish Hospital, Tri-Health, and whatever hospitals, they're all right here in this area. It was bringing 5,000 new jobs. In addition, the University of Cincinnati is not too far, and they were increasing from like 40,000 students to 43,000 students that they cannot house. Thanks. See, that's why we did the deal. That's why we bought it. We saw where the market was going. Now, did I think it was going to happen right then and there? No, I thought it was something that was going to happen over 5, 6, 7 year period, but within that time frame. So that's why we bought the deal. Let's go to the next one. Now, the deal analysis, let's talk about the numbers. Because see, once you find a deal and you believe it works out, then you got to kind of do a deal analysis. And worst case, now, true and untrue, we knew if we wanted to rent it, we could rent it to Section 8 for at least $850 a month. I didn't want to rent to Section 8, but we knew that was our worst case scenario. Again, as I talk about it, we were already getting 900 in a lower case scenario. Now this is an area that's going to be up and coming, and it's going to be worth even more money in the future.
Right.
All right. So I did kind of tell a fib, but I'll come back to that. So here's the numbers. $850 a month, right? Times 12, right? Because $850 times 12 months times 30 units, and then minus 50% expenses, what we use as operating expense. So that came out to be an NOI of $153,000. And so we felt the cap rate, at least at that time, will be a 7% cap. So you divide 153 divided by a 7% cap rate, that gives you a value, give me another drum roll, please, of $2.2 million. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. And so we did an acquisition of 470, and then we were going to do a rehab, which is pretty accurate. We put 30,000 a door, which is a total of 900,000. So we were all in for 1.6. So 2.2 minus 1.6, that gives us a profit after commissions and expenses of $500,000. That was my worst case scenario.
Yeah, which is a pretty good worst case.
I also, what I didn't say is because I knew that neighborhood was changing,
Mhm.
I knew the rents, even though they may be $850 now, they will eventually get to $1,200.
Mm.
Do you realize me and Nate actually argued over this? Nate was like, we're going to get 1,200 when we start. I was like, no, you're not, man. Just stop. And then I said, we're going to start off with about 900. Well, we were wrong, both of us. The first 4 units we rented for about $1,000, I think. When was it, 1,100? When do you remember? 9 or
Yeah,
11?
I think 1100.
1,100. So we were both wrong. But then by the time we started renting the other units, we got up to $1,250 a unit.
Yeah.
So we're still wrong.
Mhm.
We still beat our projections. Do you realize what the value we then created?
Yeah, we
We're going to show it
that,
later.
yeah.
I ain't going to give it up. I ain't going to give it up. I ain't going to be no hoe on the first date.
Okay, let's move on.
That was too much. That was too much. Okay. Go to the next one. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Wait. Ain't that my Kevin Hart? Wait a minute.
There's a level of disrespect in this picture. I just want to point it out. That's all. Like, why is that hole on the wall like that? That's a level of disrespect that tenants have for the people that own the property. Disgusting.
I mean, this was a rough unit, man. And look at that.
Coffee grounds.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it? I ain't even got mirrors like that in my house. So that was nice, man. I mean, look at the render before and after. All right, let's go to the next slide. Oh my gosh, look at the bedrooms. Like, we gutted down to the walls, right? We gutted all this and changed it all up, man.
Mhm.
Amazing right there.
And the actual rehab is 35,000 per unit.
Hey, we end up
According-
spending 30. Yeah, we spent it because we,
Yep.
you know what? We end up, we went all in because we said, was like, you know what? I don't want no issues. And literally we went underground and replaced, and then this is why you need to have some other contractors or consultants with you.
Mhm.
Well, nah, we knew we weren't supposed to. We replaced a lot of underground sewer work.
Mm.
And it was because we had a leak. And technically this should have been MSD, you know, the Metropolitan Sewer District, you know, waterworks. They should have actually replaced it. But because we just wanted to get it done, we ended up replacing it with our own money.
Yeah, that's like what, like a $50,000.
Yeah, we spent more money, but yeah, I mean, but it was worth it. Now I don't have any plumbing issues. So overall, instead of spending 900, we spent like 100 grand, 150,000 more to renovate this thing.
Mhm.
Let's go to the next one. Man, it just gets better and better. Like, I can't believe I can, but I mean, this is just the work and having a vision. The renovation, now I will say the renovation took longer than what we wanted, but we spent a total of 1.4 million with everything: hard costs, soft costs, acquisition fees, interest, holding costs, taxes, insurance, you know, all these different things. But still, oh well, I'm gonna show you why it was worth it. So now, though, it doesn't look like, well, was it still worth it? We spent a total of 1.4 and we still had a value of 2.2.
Well, the value is higher now.
Yeah, what? But I'm saying initially, all right. So let's go on to the next one. Is this video going to work? I don't think so. But yeah, click the video. Let's see. If you did the Zoom on Zoom, you got to do something, right?
But he has no PowerPoint.
Okay, go ahead.
That's why it will not work.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go on to the next one. I don't think he's going.
I will forward you the video. Well,
okay, we'll come back to that. All right, go to the next slide. So we are able to get $1,200 a month. So $1,150 for our base rent and 50 for rubs. Now, some of you are like, what are rubs? Well, so naturally, as a tenant, the owner, the landlord has to pay water, has to pay landscaping. And sometimes they could pay heat, but this one we have separate utilities. So the only thing we had was water, and it averages about $40-something a unit. Well, we bill that back to the tenant. You realize how much money we save off of that? Like, so $50 times 30 is what? 1,500?
I emailed it to you all.
Is that right? $50 times 30. Yeah, $1,500 a month that we add back. Now, you're saying, well, $1,500, that's not a big deal. Well, 1,500 times 12, that's 18,000. You divide that by a 7 cap. That's $257,000 in value recreated just by billing back the water bill.
And I don't know if that's sinking in, guys. You know, like for a lot of you, how many hours in a year, right, do you have to work to earn an extra $250,000, right?
Oh man,
So,
what a perspective.
but Mike and Nate earned that just by having like a piece of paper telling the tenants, hey, from now on, you know, give us $50, you know, in order, you know, as part of this water reimbursement.
Yeah. So now you got, I think you guys know why I like apartments. This is one of the reasons why I enjoy apartments. This is one of the reasons I enjoy cash flow.
Yeah. Like the other question to ask is like, if you're flipping houses right now, how many houses do you have to flip to make $250,000? Maybe 5 houses or
could be
10
more
houses, right?
Now, if you're doing it right, you could potentially do it with one house. I mean, we've done it, but that doesn't happen every day for some.
Right. But this one, like one piece of document, that's it. Increase the value by $250,000. That's crazy.
That's pretty amazing.
So what can you show the video?
Are we ready?
The property video.
All right, we're going to show you this video of the actual property. In 5, 4, maybe not.
3.
He's
2,
coming.
1. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We're going to edit this. You know what? Let's take a question real quick before you go. Oh, you got it? Hold on. What he's got here? Oh, you do got Q&A. Okay. All right. Okay, you got it. I don't see it on my
Share my screen.
Okay.
There's no sound. Not that sound.
There you go. That's okay. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh, I like that transition there. Ooh, we going into the fan. Now we're going into the living room. Kitchen. Guys, look, and these are things that you can do, man.
And for some of you watching this, like, oh yeah, that's kind of like normal. But keep in mind, Mike and Nate put this in an area that's not supposed to be like a good area, right?
Yeah. No, we
So,
did it in the hood, baby.
You know. So,
and you know what?
But that area is transitioning though, because Mike and Nate knows about the basic jobs coming in. That's why Nate always talks about basic jobs.
And listen, man, stay with what you know, man. Like this was a neighborhood I knew, so I stayed there. Thanks, Walt. Appreciate it.
Right.
So I mean, you know, you don't have to go outside your elements. Be you is what I always share. Okay. So let's go back.
Doing though. Know what you're
doing.
Yeah,
you got to know. And if you don't know what you're doing, get somebody that does.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Get help. Get educated.
There's plenty of people out here that know way more than you.
Get a partner.
Every day.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Next slide.
So here's the actual numbers. It's actually a little more than that, but it's better than what we did. So we end up renting for $1,200 a month, right? Times 30 units, times 12 months, times 94% occupancy. That comes out to $406,000 at 80. Let's just say $406,000. Our operating expenses came out to be $121,000. Let's say $121,500. That included water, that was $15, insurance $815, trash $302, taxes $1381, landscaping, grounds upkeeps, maintenance, turnover $1,200, vacant utilities, property management, for a total average monthly expenses of $10,000. So that's our operating expense was $121,500 for the year. Our NOI is $284,532 for the year.
Divided by 6 cap.
Divided by a 6 cap because the values increased. $4.7 million in valuation. Can I get a round of applause for that? That was too amazing. I don't know who else. I don't know about you, but that was magic. That was magical. Now,
And
some of you are like, well, Mike,
and-
the value, you can't sell nothing at a 6 cap. All right, well, we'll go back to a 7 cap. It's still worth $4 million. And I'm in it for how much? 1.6?
something, yeah,
one-
1.7 or
All
something.
right, 1.6, 1.7. Still got a value of 2.4.
Profit,
It's still,
profit. Yeah.
profit. It's still more than what I paid. It's still more than I had. I'll take it, baby.
Yep.
This is why we like real estate. This is why and look, when I refinance it, well, here's the thing. I don't even have any money in this deal.
Yeah.
Well, that's not 100% true. I probably got 100 grand in here. 100 grand over a $2 million deal though?
Yeah, I mean,
No, what's the minimum you're supposed to have when you're in a deal for 1.7? Like 300 grand, 400, 500
or what?
on a deal like this, if we were to finance it and everything. And the only reason I got 100 because we wanted to do some extra stuff. Oh, you know what? That's really for the renovation of the house. I didn't even really got nothing to do with that.
So you have no money in this
We ain't
deal,
got no money in
technically.
this deal.
Yeah,
I just thought about that.
cool.
Yes, it is legit. This is the A1 day one. Yeah, great job. Love it. Me too. Let's go on to the next one. So listen, man, here, let's summarize this again. 30 units acquired for $470,000, 1.4 million renovation, all in cost $2 million. And now we created a value of $4.7 million. We created $2.7 million in equity. When we sell it, we have a net sale of 2.5. And here's the other thing. If we refi it at 70% loan to value, we will pull out 1.3 million in cash.
Tax free.
Oh,
Heard that, Chris? Tax free.
Major key.
who thinks this is amazing? Yes or yes?
Who wants $1.3 million tax free?
Yeah, who wants
That's
1.3 million right now? Yes or yes? Who believes they can do a deal like this? Yes or yes? Who would want to learn how to do more of this? Yes or yes? Because it's just what we do every day. You know, I had to share with one of my coaches the other day. They were kind of questioning,
What?
football coach.
Oh,
No,
okay,
not
okay.
coach, but on the football field. And they were questioning our defense. It's like, okay, well, don't worry about it. You'll see when we play. I was like, but let me tell you one thing, son. All I do is win. All I do is win. No, I'm sorry. No, guys, you can do this as well. Matter of fact, I got students that are doing even better than me. I need to quit saying that. I keep telling my students, you're going to do better than me, and they fucking do.
Yeah, it's actually absolutely verifiably true. In 18 months, my students were able to accomplish what he accomplished in 18 years. No kidding.
Yeah.
So
And they smarter, they more aggressive. Like I'm older. I'm
Yeah,
like, man,
like-
I ain't doing all this.
like Tim Vest.
Oh my God.
Last time I heard, like he has like 1,100 units now in just
And he just keeps going. And he
just
put the
2
system,
years. Just
he
2
put the
years.
system together.
That's crazy.
Man, that's pretty impressive.
Next slide.
Yep. So what did we learn from this? Number one, be selective, be patient to get a great deal. Let me talk about being patient. We got a deal, and I talked about it already, but it's on Panama City Beach, right
Yeah.
on the water,
Mhm.
right? We could have had it under contract, and they wanted like hard money, earnest money.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm not doing that.
Mm.
It's not that because I was like, the way the deal's
How
structured,
much money?
the total deal basically was 3.1 all in, but it will be worth 4 to 7 million when we're done. But the numbers weren't great, and so I wouldn't be able to go to the bank and get like our typical conventional finance. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not putting 100 grand at risk just for you. Like, nah, come back. If that deal don't go through, holler back at me. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So my point is, man, if it ain't right, man, move on.
Yeah.
Just wait, it will either come back or something.
There's so many deals out there, guys.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient for a good deal.
And some deals you got to be aggressive on. All right. Hey, look, a bad area can change, and you should know where the developments are going in your area. So look, it's called, they kind of call it regentrification, but it's also about job creation,
Yeah, basic
uh,
jobs.
indirect and direct jobs that come in when things like this happen.
Mhm.
And we knew this area was going to be redeveloped, and they were putting literally billions of dollars in this neighborhood.
Mm.
It was a no-brainer. I was like, let's do it. After I saw we can, because before, if I would have did it with the price they wanted, my rents and the renovation I put in it would not have sustained that.
Right.
Because at the time we could only do 400 or 500, and it needed, this 30, 35,000, over $1 million in renovation.
Yeah.
This property would not have sustained it. But since we knew we can get it to 850, we knew we could
Worst
create
case.
value, right? And I was like, look, if this never changes, we could be at least 850. So you remember I went in like 2.2 is our worst case scenario.
Mm.
And we can net potentially 500,000.
That's the worst case.
I can live with that.
Mhm.
Who can live with only making 500,000 for, if we'd have did it right, 2.5 years worth of work
Mhm. That's not bad.
and no money down.
Cool. That's not bad still. As your worst case.
I'm
You know.
dealing, I like this.
Yeah.
And then being vertically integrated gave us huge savings as part of the reason why we did this deal. And it was very profitable. Now I will say, you really want it when you get into a project of this magnitude, you really need to have really connection with your contractors,
Right.
or someone that really manage their cost and time. All right. That's one of the things that made us strong, because whenever somebody couldn't really do something, we were easily able to replace them.
Mhm.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. So where else can you learn more about the BRRRR strategy? Man, look, go to the BRRRR360.com /Mike, get a discount code of over $400, and you get your ticket right now for $597.
Yeah.
The BRRRR360 conference, September 13th through the 15th. We'll teach you everything from wholesaling to hoteling, how to raise private capital. And look, on the 13th, that's our registration day. You'll get to network and meet all of my guys, all my lenders, some of my investors. You'll meet private lenders. You'll meet people that's wholesaling. You'll meet like-minded people that will be able to communicate with, so you're no longer sitting on this island. All right. So look, man, that's me, Nate, Jurius, and many more people. Dave Vaughn, she'll teach about hotel, John
I'll be
and
there
Gio.
too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll teach them how to raise private capital.
Yeah. All right. So look, man. Yes.
And we'll someday be BRRRR360 part 2.
BRRRR360 part 2. So go to BRRRR360.com and type in the /Mike and the discount code.
150.
All right.
All right.
Let's go on to the next one. So join us next week on how we made almost what the hell?
How we made almost 5 million on another BRRRR deal. That's
Oh,
profit.
yes,
Right.
yes.
Like basically this.
Look
you
at
know,
it, like,
we're-
forget the bag, give me the case.
Yeah. This one is like, even more profit than, the 470 to 4.7 million.
Really? What deal we do here?
Yeah. This one, the one we're in right now. Right.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The profit is
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
$5 million.
Yeah. Man. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Hey, all right, man, what we got next? We don't. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Do you know this guy was on a TV show too? Yeah, the money reside guy. He's been on TV shows now. All right, if you have some real estate investing experience or some leadership experience or some entrepreneur experience, and you want to have massive passive income through multifamily or hotels, hey, just sign up right here.
Next slide, Walt. The show.
Just text my man. Apply for my big deal maker mastermind group. Text mastermind to my guy, Chris. We call him Chris K. 513-383-5636. That's 513-383-5636. You can call him Chris. You can call him CK. You can call him, well, don't call him K.
Just text mastermind.
Yeah, okay. Just
don't call what? Chris Cloney.
Oh boy, here we go.
Cloney. Chris Cloney. Text mastermind.
It's Clooney. You could be a Nick Clooney, but he's Chris.
Chris Cloney.
All right, 383 I like when he does it. Hey, tell them how to pronounce your name because they be like, see, there you go. Klani.
Klani, Chris
So
Klani.
Chris Klani. But I just like to call him Chris K. All right. So apply for my big deal mastermind. All right. 513-383-5636. Text mastermind to my man Chris, and he will set you up. All right. What's going next? So Mike's big deal mastermind, by the numbers, number of multifamily units acquired, invested, over 2,300, almost 2,400 units from all our students. Number of hotel units acquired and invested in over 230 keys. Capital raised, it's almost 8. No, it is over 8. This is not even up to date. We got up to date. We up to like
And this is the capital raised by the students only.
oh, the students.
Not-
Okay,
not
well that's
including
right.
your
Okay, okay.
units, Mike.
So almost $8 million raised by these students. And
Yeah.
these are all the deals
So I
that
did
they
the
all
math.
found.
So I did the math on the 2387 units.
Yeah.
This is like 99 units per month that our mastermind members are acquiring or investing in.
So look,
99 units per month.
I don't think they're ready.
That's crazy.
We ready.
That's crazy.
We ready. We ready for ya. Hey, yeah, okay, yeah,
All
I
right.
get that. All right. I know what that is.
And the capital raise is like over 300,000 per month.
Jeez.
So it's like our mastermind members. This is
They
why
get that money.
it's verifiably true that our mastermind members are able to accomplish in 18 months what Mike took 18 years to do.
Okay, you ain't gotta keep saying it like that, man.
No, but the point is,
Hey man, stop putting me down, man.
no, it's not putting you down. It's putting you up, right? Because you are
Oh,
you
yeah.
are you are
Oh yeah.
you
Okay.
are the guy who guided them, so they don't.
Oh yeah,
so they
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have to
Well,
make the
since you put it like that.
they didn't have to make the same mistakes, right? They did, you introduce them to the right people.
Yeah, no, that's
Like-
what we do, man.
Like Mike would call this person, this developer, and refer that person to what's his name? Mark.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like Mark can do that deal now because you referred a key contact to do that deal. I mean, that's crazy. Like, who does that, right? So you don't
apparently,
get that.
apparently me.
I mean, you don't get that by Googling things, right?
No, you can't get
So
that.
it's like, so obviously Mike's mastermind is not free because his time is not free nor cheap, right? So there's an application process, but this is the results, guys. These are verifiably, true. So
Verifiably true. All right, let's go. All right, man. Look at them. People in Christmas suits and everything. Diaz out there killing it.
yeah.
Oh man, Alex, Brian, man,
Yeah,
Malika.
Malika. Yeah, Malika has like 100 plus
Tim.
units in a few months.
Actually, and then Gas invested with us on a deal and was
Mhm.
part of Gas and Robert and
Like what, 124 units, right?
yeah, 124. They ain't
Mhm.
doing nothing. They're gonna get a nice check.
And
Very passive. All they did was put money in and sit back.
and Keisha, I mean, and Gaspari and Robert has a deal as well on their own. So it's like our mastermind members, they're partnering with each other and
Mhm.
they're leveraging on each other's strengths. Like Keisha Kennedy,
What's she do?
I mean, her strength is raising private capital.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't
like,
know if that's her strength. Well, it is her strength, but I think the strength is in her arms too.
well,
So she,
that too. But but
was she a
I mean-
aerobics or bodybuilder? What is she?
yeah, I mean, Keisha is based out of Kuwait, and yet she can invest
Ooh,
in the
you
US.
ain't got to say that again. That
Through
makes
the help-
people. She ain't even in the States.
Yeah, so through the help of partners, some of them, she met in the mastermind, some of them she met outside the mastermind. But the point is, this is not a course where you learn a bunch of stuff, but this is more like, how do I do a deal in the next 12 months?
Yeah, how to take action.
How do
We don't believe about talking. Man, talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yep.
Let's get it.
And it's about doing deals with each other. So again, next slide, contact Chris if you want to become part of our mastermind. Next slide.
Oh,
Okay.
you're taking, I don't know, man. Apply for my big deal mastermind. So text mastermind to Chris. That's 513-383-5636. That's 513-383-5636. And text mastermind. And my man Chris K will get you set up. All right, what we got next?
All right.
Again, BRRRR 360, only 19 left. You better get it. It's probably down to 15 now because they're starting to move.
Mhm.
All right. BRRRR 360 / Mike. BRRRR360.com/Mike, and use the discount code 150, and you can get your ticket for $597. Save $400.
All right, let's answer the question.
All right, we got questions, man. Let's go.
Yeah, just keep on that slide, Walt, so that if people want to get the BRRRR 360 tickets, they still can.
Put my lovely face up there somewhere.
All right. So John Sweeney asked, how did you guys structure your debt on the deal?
How do we structure our debt on the deal? Which the Avondale property?
Yeah, the one that you presented.
So step by step, what we actually did was we raised cash for the deal. So it was like 470,000 we needed to close it. I knew we could get debt for it. So what I ended up doing is I went and got 470 cash from one investor, and I gave him, I think I was giving 11%. And then what that did, because I needed to act fast. So with his money, I was able to close this deal like in 30 days or less. No problem. If I would have went to the bank, well, which it did, I tried to refinance or get debt through our local credit union. It took them 4 months to get the loan, but we had to put a performer, we had to put budget, we had to put all these different things together. And so 4 months later, 5 months later, somewhere around there, we refinanced, and guess what? They also gave us the money to do the construction. So now that 470 we had in the deal, when we refinanced, we pulled it all back, and I paid my investor off. Now I ain't got no money in the deal. All we had to do was front money. Actually, I did keep about 100, and we kept rotating that money, because when you do a construction loan, you have to pay for the renovation. You have to pay for the renovations up first. And then once they see it completed, then the bank reimburse you. And you just keep doing it over and over again on draws. So that's how we did that. We got, I think, one other partner in their deal, and that's small, but
Daniel.
Yeah, I think Daniel. That's it.
And then did you refi it afterwards when it's worth 4.7 million, or not yet?
We're in the process of refi right now.
Cool.
As we speak.
Nice. All right. So another question, I guess follow-up question is, why would an investor shell out that amount of cash? Is it a friend or family?
No, this was technically he would go under friends and family, but this is somebody I've met. He is actually one of my students, and he was older, and he was like, look, man, I'm not trying to do this investment thing. I mean, just hands-on thing. I'd rather you manage it. I'm still kind of retired, but I just want my money back. And so he knew the value, and he was just looking for debt. And I've been doing multiple deals with him. So, this is guys that I could call, like at any given time, I had investors that between 4 people, 5 people, I had like access to 3 to 5 million.
Nice.
And, he was one of them, and it didn't matter. He was like, where you want it? What are you doing? I said, this is it. He was like, okay. And he just wires the money.
Cool. John Sweeney asked another question. Did you furnish these units or just stage one unit as a show unit to walk prospects through?
No, very good. No, we did stage that one unit. The one with the video is the one we staged, and people use that to kind of assess if they wanted that apartment, because all the units were the same. If it was on the left or right, they still mirrored each other. And but yeah, we staged that. I mean, that was really nice. And from seeing those units, people were renting. From the video, people were actually taking the units. So that's why it's important to invest in your marketing as well.
Yeah. And then this one is not a question, but remember Lamont, who visited Cincinnati, and he actually walked through with you,
Oh, yeah. He walked through. He sure did.
Yeah,
when I first did that. Yeah.
He said, me, Lamont, and Brad, you were so generous with your time.
Yeah,
this was
man.
a home
Thanks,
run
brother.
for you, Cipriano from.
Yeah, they were there day one, and we just chopped it up, man.
Yeah, and then I saw him like, man, why are you doing this in the hood? He was like, why are you doing this project in the hood?
Yeah. Now we know.
Now you know why. And it's what? And then well, let's answer questions from other people as well.
Okay, what do we got?
Hold on, the chat. What are the requirements to join the mastermind group? From Yadi Lee. Text Chris. What's your number again? Chris, 513-383. Yeah, please put that on the screen. 5636. Yeah, I almost memorized it now. All right. So can you please share again how you raised the money to pay for the rehab?
Can I share how I raised the money for the rehab?
Yeah, you got that from the bank, basically.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Credit
there was a
union?
combination, like again, as we have described it, friends and family. I had already existing investor, and I called him for the acquisition. But the thing is, that money went down as debt, right? We recorded on the property. So technically, when I got my loan, that's why it went down as that's kind of like a refinance.
Mm,
And so we didn't have to bring any money to the table.
nice.
I mean, it was great. I think we get it like 70% loan to cost.
Mhm.
So I mean, it just turned out to be an amazing project.
So you're able to borrow how much was the rehab? Like 900,000 or 1,050,000?
Yeah, I mean, we borrowed literally 1.4, 1.6 million.
Nice.
I think 1.7.
Nice.
We also have we still got the house under renovation as well, which
Mhm.
should be complete here.
Cool. And then I think this is Nick Macmillan. He's a local guy. Do you think Avondale will continue to rise in value? That
Absolutely.
area has been a problem area in Cincinnati for
Yeah,
a while.
no, I mean, Avondale is in the middle of a major change. Now, it could have sped up even more, but the community was very much against displacing its residents as long-term residents.
Mhm.
So that's why you haven't seen the development like really just spurn off immediately.
Mhm.
But it is rapidly changing. And jobs are rapidly coming into the community. And with jobs, people are looking for places to live.
Mhm.
So they're taking over these areas. And not only that, they're about to put almost $1 billion right on burning
Oh,
between
really?
the hospital
Really?
building
Hmm.
the hospital is building about a $200-300 million tower.
Mm.
Then Steiner Group is doing a large $300-400 million project.
Nice.
Like, so I mean, they're going to protect their investment. And literally, like, people are moving in and they're developing houses like behind some of my old houses.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming.
And then Airbnb will, right? So like what's the Airbnb rent per night there right now? Like for a 2-bedroom that you're getting, 2-bedroom.
For 2 bedroom?
Yeah, yeah. 150 a night.
Wow.
There you go. I mean,
So we got
I could never imagine 10 years
so
ago
150
someone could
times
rent
30.
on a nightly basis
So
in
we
Avondale.
could
for
rent that for
Airbnb.
$4,500 a month if we rented it, for 150, but we're not going to be 100% occupied. Let's be conservative, say
Like 60%
50%,
or
50.
50%.
I'm even being more conservative. That's $2,200 a month.
Times 12.
Yep. Which
25.
our rent is $1,200, so we take $1,200 out. Whoops, I did that wrong. What was that? 45 times 0.5. That's $2,250.
Yeah, about 1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
2,250 minus, come on, 50 minus 1,200. And then minus, let's say 350 in expenses a month. I mean, it's bringing in an extra $700
in cash flow.
if we have 50%.
Yeah.
It could do much better than 50%, but a lot worst case scenario is 50%.
If you just Airbnb, yeah.
I mean, that's an extra $700. Let's say 700 times 12. That's 8,400 divided by a 7 cap. That's another $120,000 in value we could add to that if we were able to sell it a unit off. But either way, we're drawing additional cash.
Cool. Then another question from Cipriano Garrido.
Yeah.
Did you have a previous relationship with the bank?
Yeah, we did. It's always good to when you're going out to obtain loans, you don't want to wait until it's time for the deal. You want to be able to go out, have your documents in order, ready to present it, and getting pre-approved.
And during the BRRRR conference, you guys will meet JR,
JR.
he can lend on apartments and hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, we talked about this actually last week.
Yeah.
We had JR on the show about the importance of having all your documents, your balance sheets, your schedule of real estate, what that means. Even if you only have 1 or 2 properties, you still got to have your balance sheet and schedule of real estate and PFS, personal financial statement, together. And so when you go in advance and you share with the bank your goal, what you're trying to do, you get them on board, and they already pre-approved you. Guess
Mhm.
what? Now it's just bringing the deal to them and making sure it makes sense.
Cool.
So it is, without a doubt, working with a bank or getting in touch with them right away is something which I just a great idea.
Yeah, you gotta dig the well before you're dying of thirst.
There you go.
So you gotta
There
line
go.
up your lenders and private investors long before you have a deal.
Mhm,
You know.
mhm,
So
mhm.
all right, we have
We got 2 more?
time for two minutes for more questions, guys.
Okay, 2 minutes for more questions.
So are there questions on Instagram
No, I don't think.
and
yeah,
Facebook? Walt, are there questions on Facebook? All right, and it's your chance, guys. Ask now, so you learn, or you learn more during the BRRRR conference too.
Yeah, learn BRRRR 360, man, or get the book. Hey.
Mhm.
Oh, and then we also, yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. All right. Is that it? Going once, going twice? We got any more question there? What's the next project? Oh, what would be the best option?
Which one?
Right here. Is this it right here? This is a new question, right? What would be the best option for financing, purchasing a rehab, credit unions or brokers? Also, where is the best place to find private investors?
Okay, I can answer the
You want to
private
answer that?
investors.
Oh, go ahead and answer that part.
Yeah, so the best place to find private investors, and these are not the ones who claim they're private lenders, these are investors, and private investors are different from private lenders.
Mm-hmm.
So investors will be like, hey, I want equity in the deal, meaning I want to be a partner or silent partner in the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the best place to find them is on social media.
Oh my goodness.
More specifically, if you want to target your approach, you go to our Facebook group, Apartment Investing Secrets. We have over 2,200 accredited investors there. In fact, that's where we met the brothers, right?
Yes.
And they invested together with their group like $12 million. That's in the past 12 weeks, right?
Yes.
So, but you definitely need to do it the right way. And that's the topic that I'll be talking about during the BRRRR conference. So be there, Mario, so that you
be there, be square.
You learn how to do it, right?
Because don't be an L7.
One nugget of wisdom you learn, or 597, right? That can help you raise $1 million, in 2023. You can do $5 million worth of deals if you can raise $1 million in cash, right?
That would be big.
So, all right. And then what would be the best option for financing, purchasing, and rehab? Credit union, brokers. You can answer that, Mike.
I mean, credit unions are fine. Brokers are fine. Look, here's the thing with a credit union. Most credit unions are not typically set up to do commercial deals, but they do them, okay? And so, but what happens when you're dealing with a credit union that's really focused on cars and single-family acquisitions, their underwriters look at things differently, how they underwrite a deal. So they may run you through the ringer. They may just accept it. So that's one of the challenges of using a credit union. But you can actually leverage a broker who's skilled at that and knows how to communicate with the bank. Because a lot of times people are in different industries. So they have a different language, multiple acronyms for all you corporate folks. Like I never heard so many acronyms when they get a job. They'd be like, that's the DDP. I was like, what's that? Don't do it, play later or something. I'm like, what do you got? Why don't you just say that? Like, hey, what is it? IGTB. What? I go to bathroom. like I got to take a break. Like, come on, man. Stop abbreviating stuff like that. No, but The point is though, they'll talk a different language, and instead of saying a personal financial statement, they'll be like, well, we need your balance sheets and all this. And really, they just probably need your personal financial statement or just your schedule of real estate, right? So working with a broker, they're, you know, you're going to pay a little more, but they can walk you through. And nowadays, brokers legally can't charge as much on certain deals. So what they end up doing is the bank that actually brings you to them sometimes pays out the brokerage fee. Now, that doesn't mean the brokerage won't ask for a point or two for the loan itself, but typically a lot of deals, sometimes the brokerage gets paid by the actual lender. So there's some pluses there. Why would, okay, that's in that. All right. So that's it there. We got 1258.
Yep, that's it.
All right, we ready? Let's go to this millionaire mindset.
Well,
Now it's time for Mike's millionaire mindset.
Yeah, look, guys, man, what I tell you about, you gotta be concerned about your worst case scenario. I say, because once you understand your worst case scenario, you can do nothing but thrive. I always want to know my worst case scenario, man, because I can live with that. It's when you're not prepared, it's when you don't understand. That's when things become chaotic. That's when things get out of hand. That's when things cannot move because you become in this paralyzed state because you were not prepared. So whenever I do a deal, I know my worst case scenario. Whenever I'm in a game situation in football, I know my worst case scenario. I was just listening the other day on a guy was talking. He was like, you know, when you go to the military, you know the first thing they show you in boot camp? You know the first thing they show you? They show you how to carry a dead body and how to fix your gun if it jams. I know this is a little extreme, but do you understand what I'm saying? They are preparing you for the worst case scenario. So when you come into a situation of battle and war, you know what to do. You won't fall apart. It's when you never seen these things is when things begin to fall apart. But when you could prepare your analysis, your performer to that like, oh man, if I could only generate this income, then I'll be okay. But if you don't prepare for that and you start generating this income, things begin to happen. What are you going to do? You're going to end up selling your deal too early. You're gonna, because if you overpromised, you can't pay your investors. Don't do that. Now, I always want you to go for the best. Look, don't get me wrong. Even though I prepared for this project that I just shared with you, that I was like, man, we can at least make $2.2 million. I could live with that. And so even though I didn't have investors, but if the investor would have been in there, I only would have told them about the 2.2. I would have shared with them where it potentially can go, but I'm telling them at bottom line, 2.2 is what we can make, and then we'll divide it up from here. But it has the potential to go here. So when you're looking at deals, when you're looking at things at life, when you're looking at relationships, when you're looking at goals, when you're looking at dreams, expectations, try to figure out what the worst case scenario is. Because some of you are turning down or moving away from your dreams, the things, your purpose, because you're afraid. You're afraid of hitting the bottom. You're afraid. You're afraid because you never even studied what the worst could be. Everything I do, I'm like, what's the worst could it be? And then I go after it. Now, if it's an opportunity where I can just die, then I'm past. I'll pass. But look, man, you are more than average. You deserve everything. You deserve the big house. You deserve the vehicles. You deserve the toys. You deserve the children. You deserve the great schools. You deserve the house, the beautiful marriage. Well, we all deserve a beautiful marriage. Where you got a nut on. I don't know about the kids either. Yeah, I don't know about them kids. No, man, you deserve it. So look at the worst case scenario and prepare for that and learn how you're going to work your way out of that. And then everything else will work itself out. Hey, that's my time. God bless you. God keep you. May God bless you beyond your belief, but not your capacity. And remember, you're one big deal away. Hey, man, who are we giving